Good morning. It is about 6:30 in the morning. My name is Ryan, and one of the things that I like to do is grow native plants. I enjoy their beauty as well as the company that they bring, that being the pollinators. That there is Little Ann, that's my red Doberman, and she is solely responsible for my enjoyment of these plants. It started with our walks at local nature reserves, local parks, where I'd just see a flower in bloom and then I would just take pictures of them, learn more about them, and then I would start to harvest their seeds when they were ready and grow them around the house. Thanks, Lil Ann. You really showed me a lot. So that there is my colony of sunflowers. So I live in the state of Missouri, and these are native sunflowers. They are just starting to bloom, really bloom. They've been slowly blooming this month, or last month actually. Today's the 1st of August. But now they're really about to take off. Got multiple heads there. And again, those are native sunflowers. So we'll start the tour here. This is along my fence line here. This is Missouri Evening Prime Rose. One of the pollinators that frequently visits this plant is the hummingbird moth. I don't see any this morning, but they will be there. This is tick seed sunflower. The blooms close at night and they are just starting to open back up. That there growing along the fence is Morning Glory. This year I've got white with sort of a purple tint inside. Here is another white one with more of a pink tint inside. Here is a more of a transparent purple, at least in comparison to this other purple, which is a dark purple. So there's 4 different varieties just there alone. I have more sunflower tick seed growing here. This is my yellow cone. It was beautiful this year when it was all in bloom. It's got some blooms on it because I've been watering it. Started watering it regularly again, so it's starting to shoot up some more blooms, but this was all in bloom and it was beautiful. There is another sunflower growing. You can see it's past the roof there in the corner there, but it's very tall. This here is milkweed, common milkweed. So it's not common to find milkweed actually this tall in the wild. At least I've yet to see it that tall. That's just one plant. I was counting the heads there. I've got at least 7. This is Black-Eyed Susan. Purple cone, it was already all in bloom, and just like the yellow cone, I started watering the purple cones again, and they're starting to shoot up a couple more blooms. I think this is just a fleabane. It looks like the flowers close up at night too, so they're going to open back up. There's some more Black-Eyed Susans. This is Rose Verbena. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure if I am. Rose Verbena. This here is Heal-All. These are the seed heads from the Heal-All. They are, they've already bloomed and everything too, but you can see, or you can hear that. They sound like little maracas. So I'm going to keep the seed heads too because I like the texture. I like the texture and the sounds that they provide. The same with this. This is wild blue indigo. And wild blue indigo, it blooms very early, almost a early summer, late spring bloomer. There's some more yellow cone, and I just harvested the heads of this yellow cone. I was going to try and make some potpourri with it, but it's shooting up more blooms. I've got another morning glory there. It's started growing up the house. And let me take you to the bird bath. There's little Ann. Now this is just beautiful. That is giant blue sage. And sage has a very fragrant smell. And this plant is just loaded with pollinators. It's sort of early right now, but you can see they are starting to show up. Got some bumblebees, some honeybees on it right now. I seen a moth flying around a minute ago. I don't see it now. But that plant is just absolutely beautiful. There it is. There's the moth. Here I've got false sunflower. This is also a very beautiful plant. And this is the first time I've grown this plant this year. And I like it. It's very coarse. It doesn't break easy. The leaves are very, very coarse. All right. Oh, let me show you this vine here. So this is large bindweed. These white flowers here. And I started the vine over there, but it's just took over. It's growing up everything, which is nice to add some white blooms along these blue blooms here. I also like this giant blue sage because these blooms, they fall off, so then they sort of beautify the ground with all these blue petals. So like I said, this plant here will be loaded with pollinators. This giant blue sage, honeybees, bumblebees, carpenter bees, all of various sizes. I've seen the large carpenter bees, and they are large. That's I think it's some type of silkworm moth, if I remember the name correctly. I need to start learning these names so I could be more accurate in these descriptions. But there's one of the larger bumblebees. Oh, he just took off. But I've seen them even bigger than that on this plant. There's a honeybee. 2 honeybees. Alright, thanks for watching. So I started recording this morning at about 6:30. It's about 5 till 7 now, and I just want to show you the amount of pollinators on this plant has more than doubled. I've got numerous honeybees, bumblebees, and the population will only grow. I want to show you these ones too. Here's my hand for oh, he just took off. I was going to use my hand for comparison, but there is a much larger bumblebee, carpenter bee, that shows up on this plant. But yeah, they will be on this plant all day, sunrise to sunset. Some of them even spend the night. I'm not even kidding. They'll sleep right on the flower itself. I'm not sure what that is. You see that? There's my moth. Let's see if I can get some good video of it. Oh, it's flying all over the place. It's probably a little nervous with me being so close to it. So I started recording this video September 1st. And I've made numerous videos throughout the year of all of this. But I'm just going to start this channel today. Thanks for watching.